traders, and welcome to part 2 in the scalper series. This is my series where basically we're going to be taking both an educational and entertainment look with scalping on HXRO, Moonrekt. So as you can see in the previous slide, a lot of people wanted me to try this out again after we had a little bit of a profit on part 1. So let's see. Oh, Lord, my hair. So let's see what happens with this one. So with this time around, I've added order depth. Order depth is basically looking at how many bids versus offers there are across spot, perpetual, and futures markets across all major exchanges. As you can see, there are more offers than bids. That doesn't necessarily always mean, though, that price will fall. Offers or order depth is really something that's pretty hard to interpret, and I've had a lot of different interpretations of it over the years. My favorite interpretation of it, though, is consolidation. Basically looking for whenever price is flat. What you want to look for is, are bids growing or are offers growing? Are there more limit sell orders coming in like that? Or are there more bids coming in like that? If there are more bids coming in as price is flat, typically price rises. If price is flat, let's say like here, and more offers are coming in, typically price falls. So that's a pattern that I like to adhere to. So right now, with that pattern, I'm a little bit more bearish because we see offers increasing with price kind of flat, although I do think that we could pop up above here and then go down. So what I'm going to do is I am going to wager 20 that the price will fall. So basically, we're going to be keeping the bet size at 20, which is pretty safe risk tolerance wise, I would say. And we are continuing from the balance that we had in the last time. Yeah, so to me, this just looks a little bit more bearish. And basically what I'm wagering is that on the minute of 21.12 to 21.13, the price will fall. So I don't care what happens now. If price rising is great, actually, because my timer, doesn't start for another 1 second. Now, so now we want basically price to fall because our open price was basically there because we wagered 20 that price would fall on this candle. So let's see if it does. There's been a lot of lag, though, I will say, on the websites. That has been unfortunate. But the good news is that most people wagered that the price would rise. So I'm in the minority. And if you're not familiar with HXRO and Moonrekt and like how that works, basically the majority, whoever wins all of the other side. So if there aren't that many people who bet on this side, then we win more because we have a larger pool to win from. And if they win, if the people who bet up win, then they don't win as large of a pool. So it looks like this is like really wishy-washy. Like price just kind of doesn't really know where it's going right now. But I am going to wager again that price does fall. I just think that this is a little bit more bearish to me. If that one even went in, let's see. Did we win or did we not win? I'm so confused. Oh, we won by $2.48. So we actually were in the money on that contract. So we did get paid out. And then I just wagered basically another 20 that that price would fall. But here it does look like, though, that most people did bet that price would fall rather than rise. So the reason why I think price will fall would fall again, I think just this mounting bearish order depth is just making me more bearish. And this kind of pattern of volume spiking, or like buy volume spikes of this size, which isn't massive, but it is something to take note of. When this happens and then we see bearish order depth, this to me just looks a little bit more bearish. So that's why I wagered again that price would fall. And it looks like price so far has fallen about $40. So I'm not going to place, as you can see, I didn't place a wager for what would happen on 21.14 to 21.15, but so far we have been correct with, I think, 2 or 3 of our bets so far, because as you can see there, and it will update that soon at it'll say 6:30 something, like 6:37. So basically we're up like $37. And what do I think will happen next? To me, guys, this looks a little bit more bullish in a weird way. The reason I say that is we do see that the offers are kind of falling off, although price isn't flat. So that doesn't really tell me much, because you kind of need price to be flat in a sense for me to glean a lot more from order depth. But to me, this just seems a little bit more bullish Am I wrong in that? Let's see. Well, the money will tell. You know, we'll see. Through the lag of this website. So I think that this went through. Come on, buddy. I think it did. I basically wagered that the price would rise. Let's see. Well, first of all, did it go through? I think it did. And if this keeps lagging, I do have a backup plan. There is something known as the HXRO bot, where essentially this one, like there's like no lag. It's so nice. But the only downside to me using this is when you place an entry using the HXRO bot, you have to use either the native token or Bitcoin. And right now, as you can see, I'm using USDT. But if I want to avoid the lag, like I might just convert all of it to HXRO and then just wager an HXRO through their bot system. So what this is, the HXRO bot, you can basically create strategies like order book, all other kinds of strategies where it will what's it called? Trade for you based on the bot that you make for it. So it looks like we lost that one, and it looks like we're up about $17. That's fine though. I think that that's fine so far. So we're up about 17, which isn't a lot dollar-wise, but percent-wise, like it's not terrible. Because if you think about it, you know, on an initial, on the capital of what we started the video with 600, 17, 18, that is a 3% return in like minutes. So a 3% return in minutes is, you know, not terrible. But now this looks a lot more bearish. Weirdly, not weirdly, but this is just like screaming bearish, right? Heavy market selling and offers coming in, or am I being fooled? We'll see. I just think that this looks a little bit more bearish to me. Bearish enough for me to wager 10 that the market will fall. So I think here that the market's going to fall a little bit. Hopefully a lot, but we will see. Yeah, and the reason I think the market's going to fall a little bit is it was basically this selling that sold me, pun intended. We saw a decent amount of selling, and then we see some offers coming in. So to me, this is telling me that there's downward pressure, where essentially in the next minute, it's more likely than not that price will be falling. So that's why I wagered that price will be falling, basically. Now for the next one, this one looks decent so far, as long as price doesn't like jump up like, $20. Next one, I think that this now looks a little bit more bullish to me. Offers are falling off a little bit. Selling kind of isn't really happening. So I think if it lets me in, I'm going to wager 20 that price rises. Yeah, and I think I feel comfortable with that one. Now we want price to rise. So the previous one, on that one, which we were successful, I basically said, oh, I think price will fall, and price did fall. Now I'm thinking that price will rise. Wow. Guys, that's really good news. Basically, almost everyone is betting that the market will fall. 870 tether was placed for the market to fall, and only 730 tether was placed on the market to rise. So because of that, my payout's 2.13x, and their payout's only 1.78. So we got a really good payout if we are successful here, because not many people bet that the market would rise. I wonder why. So price was here, offers were kind of falling off, but a lot of people bet that the market would fall. Well, we might be successful. They might be. It's okay because our wager size is quite small. But I'm hoping that this one remains green. Need price to go up a little bit. Come on, price. Was that green? Oh my gosh. So we were right by 81 cents. So we did get paid out, but we got paid out because price was 81 cents higher than its open. So I feel really bad for the bears there. But again, that's where more of like the entertainment value of this definitely comes from. Being right, but like being barely right. But still, again, this is so interesting. Why are so many people betting that the market's going to fall in these minutes? Like even more people are betting, not more people, but a fair amount of cash was put on the market falling in this minute and not as much rising. So to me, that's making me want to bet on the market rising. It's just that this order depth is a little bit bearish, but something tells me that it's a little bit better expected value-wise to bet on the market rising. So call me crazy, but I think I'm going to put that on the market rising. So we didn't actually even place a wager on this one, which is good because I might have actually been inclined to bet that the market would rise there. So I'm glad I didn't touch that one. So it happened again. So basically, this is a really good pattern that I think I could take advantage of. Because imagine it this way. If I'm always going to be given 2.1 odds and there's no fees, then I'll take that. That the market will rise, because it seems like people are just betting continually again and again and again that the market will fall. I get that there are more limit sellers than limit buy orders here, and that's maybe why, because there is an HXRO strategy here that allows you to basically trade the order book or to trade based on right here. Order book. So this is basically, I think, what most people use. So in a sense, what I've been doing is taking advantage of people like that, because I know that when the order book turns a little bit more bearish, price is more likely to fall. Yeah, sure. But a lot of people also know that too. So because of that, what I like to do is a golden scenario comes where we were correct on this one. Got very fortunate that everyone bet that the market would fall. A great scenario can happen when basically the market order depth is bearish, but we're quite bullish, because then I know when the order depth is bearish that a lot of people are going to be betting that the market's going to fall. Then we can bet that the market will rise. So it looks like so far we're up about $80. I could call it quits, or if I have a really good read on the market, I think I could just go for that one. Well, so far it has been, I want to keep this video relatively short, so I think I might just end the video plus 80. So we made $100 in the first episode and then $80 in this episode, which is decent return. Starting at 600 going to 680, or what's the exact number? 679. So that's return mental math wise of about a little over 16-17% by my math, I think. Because 15% of 600 is 45. No, it's 90. It's 90, yeah. So it's not 15%. It's like, what, 12 or 13%? Okay, now I'm intrigued. I have to ask Siri. I think it's like 12 or 13% return, but 79 divided by 600. Okay. It says 0.1316. So, yeah, sweet. It was 13%. So after that tangent, 13% up, or $80. Yeah, I think that there's a lot to learn from this. One is that typically when price is flat and you get something like this, which is rising bids, because you can see the bearish order depth is weakening, turning a little bit more bullish, that is a sign like this that price typically will rise. And then when you see a sign like price is flat right here, but where is it? Yeah, price is flat right here, but we see offers rising a little bit. That's typically a sign to me that price will fall. That's not a great example. A better example would be this one, where price goes up to a certain point after heavy buying, and then look at these offers coming in. Price is flat, but the offers just really come in, then price falls. Another thing that's a little bit more advanced of a play is you can look through the HXRO bot strategies, which can run as often as you want. And basically, I can take advantage of these people, because if I know that a lot of people are going to use this strategy and a lot of people are going to use this strategy, then I know how they're going to bet. And if I know how they're going to bet, how the majority is going to bet, then I can try to bet against them, which gives me better expected value. So that's something that you should be thinking about as well. Not just betting which way you think the market will go. You have to have some kind of, poker-esque kind of thing to it, where you want to be in the minority, but you also want to be right. And you want to balance between being the minority and in being right. So, yeah. So without further ado, that's going to be it for this video. It was definitely a successful scalping little challenge, and we'll see what happens in part 3. Happy trading.